Come on. Well, good morning and welcome back to Samoro, Luang, and we're about ready to actually leave. We're just waiting for the local bus driver to get everybody rounded up so that we can get on the bus back to Probolinggo, and we're going to head to Banjawanji, which is going to be our point to go to Mount Ijen today, or actually more likely tomorrow morning around 1 to 3 in the morning. And then after that, we're going to head to Bali on the ferry from Banjawanji. So we're just kind of sitting here, and he's dancing to Shake It Off by Taylor Swift for some reason.
So I played this song the day that like my maid bought a house. So she was staying at mine, and she says like she got the email saying like it's confirmed, you can come and pick up the keys today. So we played this song having breakfast.
Before 11, we finally made it back to Probolinggo with one of the guys on the side. He was actually sleeping on the roof part of the time. Well, we got a little dupe for the bus ride that we're taking now to Banjawanji because we paid $150,000 instead of $85,000 if we would have just walked to the bus station. But since nobody knew, the bus actually picked us up at the tourist shop and then took us to the bus station, and now we're waiting here to leave, which kind of disheartening, but that's what happens. Yes.
Rice.
No need. Thank you. Thank you. So as the bus makes different stops, all of the vendors come on to the bus, and you buy your food and drink here, and they even have musicians playing music through the aisles.
I can speak Indonesian. I'm not from Indonesia. I just speak Dutch. Everybody in the bus is looking.
We just arrived here in Banjawanji, and we're staying at the Coco homestay, which actually is pretty nice. And we've got a few rooms here. There's a bathroom behind me, I'm not going to show you. And then we've got a room with a double bed here. And then as you turn in here, we've got SpongeBob and a tiger for the other beds. Pretty good homestay for the night before we go to Ijen. So when we got to the homestay, we paid $375,000 to go to Mount Ijen tomorrow, which is about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from here. They're going to give us a gas mask for the sulfur and a tour guide that speaks English, and then they're going to bring us back and take us to the ferry station later. So actually, for $28, it's not a bad deal. Our homestay owner was also nice enough to take us to an ATM and take us to this little local restaurant here. So he's coming back for us in an hour after we eat. Done. Well, it's 8:45 and we're just about ready to go to bed. We have to wake up at about midnight, so we've only got about 4 hours of sleep ahead of us before we have to get ready to go on the road. Hopefully we can sleep in the van, but otherwise I have this nice pink sheet on my bed because I don't think they had anything else. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, it's just past midnight and we are getting into the van now to head up to Mount Ijen. It's going to be about an hour and a half or 2 hours before we even get there. Then we start the 3-kilometer hike to the top to see the blue flames. So our friend Hendrix here is getting pictures taken because he is by far the tallest person here right now. So for the sulfur smell, we get these nice dual filtered gas masks that we'll be wearing up the mountain.
How is there a lake behind it?
What do you mean? Oh, there's just a slight rock rise, and then.
Well, after seeing the blue flames in the culdera back there behind us, we came up to the ridge after a nice little hike back up the trail we came down, and we're gonna watch sunrise here. Up here in Ijen, we're about 3,000 meters, which is over 9,000 feet above sea level, and we're actually above the cloud line. We started coming back down because the sulfur cloud was getting pretty thick, and it started to smell like rotten eggs a lot, so we just decided to head back down with the rest of the crew here. A few thousand people, it looks like. We have officially made it back to the starting point, right there. Well, we're back at the little restaurant we started out with coffee this morning, and we got some mee goreng. And it's going to be a long day because we have to go catch the ferry probably around noon. It's about, I think it's 9:30 right now. Jesus, no, it's not even 8 yet. It's 7:50. So we're probably going to go back, take a nap, and then catch the ferry around noon to Bali, and then a bus will take us to Denpasar later. As you can probably already tell, we are already on the ferry from Benjawanji to Gili Menak on the other side on the island of Bali, and we've got a bus that's going to take us all the way to Denpasar once we get off the ferry, so we're all set. Hopefully by 4 or 5 o'clock today I'll have a place to stay. After 6 hours on the what seemed to be a local bus, everything seemed to be going fine until they stopped in the middle of nowhere about an hour outside of our destination that we paid for and kicked everybody off. And now we have to pay almost double what we paid to get to where we're at, to get only an hour away from here. I'm pretty sure it's a scam, but they kicked everybody off, and now we have to pay a ton of money to get to Denpasar. So we ended up paying $250,000 to get a car to Denpasar for 4 people. Let's hope this is the end of our weird day today.
You know that song.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
As always, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe below if you think I deserve it and want to see more from my backpacking adventures around the world. Check out my previous videos for inspiration. Ask questions and leave comments below. My social media links are in the description for extra tips and photos. On that note, safe travels and never stop adventuring.